welcome to another episode of All Items Considered. Here we go. It finally arrived. $236 and 21 days later, this is it. The Chibson, or Chibson, okay, it's a Chibson Les Paul. I'm actually pretty excited to check this one out. I don't have a comparison right now, but I figured we could just get this open, we'll take a quick look at it, see how it is, and I'm going to do another video after this of more of an in-depth comparison with a real Gibson. So let's take a look and see what we have inside this box, and I think the opening is on this side, so this is where I'm going to open it from. Now, if you check out my last video, I ordered a Ibanez Seafoam Green Gem series. That was an interesting look, so check that one out when you get a chance. Alright, so here we go. Let's check it out. It was packaged pretty decent. I really like the boxes that they send these guitars in. In fact, I kept the last one because if I was ever to ship a guitar, I would probably use the same box and just ship it again. So hopefully this will just come right out of the back here. I don't know if this is the front or the back, but we lucked out, it's the front. Okay, so it's going to get a little bit messy, but they do package these things pretty good. Okay, so right off the bat, when I open this up, I'm going to mention any flaws that I see immediately. I always get really excited when I see it right off the bat. It's just like, wow, a new guitar. But being that this was ordered from China and it is an official copy, sometimes you see the flaws come through. So here we go. Nice looking headstock, just looking through the wrapping here. I'm gonna bring this down. Okay, see, I'm already like impressed, but oh, it's made in USA. What do you know? Oh, okay, no, it's not. It's actually made in China. Good looking headstock. It's got a nice binding around it. Yeah, not bad. Now it says Grover tuners. I doubt these are Grover tuners, but we'll see how they hold up when we actually tune the thing. It's got a nice neck. It smells like they just barely put nitrocellulose over it and did a finish on it. The finish feels nice and smooth. I didn't like the finish of the Seafoam Green Gem because it felt a little thin, but this actually feels a little bit better. And here we go. Okay, so we're taking a look at this. It's pretty, it's really nice. And you know what's funny? Now, okay, they do have a cord here, which I'll never use. Now, I was going to say they forgot to put the little button thing right here, but it is in here, so that's good. Looking at it fairly close, I don't know, this looks pretty cool. Now, I'm a skeptic, so I'm going to have to do some serious examination of this, but it's a little out of tune, but man, it sounds solid. I don't know. It looks pretty good. So I think this is kind of a James Hetfield type guitar. Yeah. You know, I'm looking for all of these flaws that I can just point out, but with this one, I don't really see that many. Now, it seems like they put a lot of nitrocellulose up here that kind of overloaded the nut. I may actually, with my guitars, I change out the nuts and put in a graphite nut, so I actually might do that later on. But I think in my next episode, I'm going to actually open up all the pickups and look at the wood inside and see how this is. But, you know, I'm not finding any immediate flaws to this. It actually looks pretty decent. We're going to have to hook this thing up and try it out. So I'll give you some close-up shots of this, and in the next episode we're going to do a really detailed examination of this guitar. We'll be back. I just wanted to go through a couple of things here. After feeling the guitar and looking at it a little bit closer, you can see some of the flaws that this thing has. Now if you go ahead and zoom in really close right here next to the toggle switch, we do have a little black spot. And there's also a little tiny tan spot where the paint got mixed around or mistouched or something. You wouldn't see these kind of flaws in an actual real US made Gibson, but and if you look around, you know, some of these other little things, you probably can't really notice it that much from that view, but we do have a little spot here, and we have little kind of scratches that are under the nitrocellulose that you just wouldn't see in an actual Gibson. Now, looking at this fretboard, I've kind of been feeling it around here. I just tuned up the strings, and the frets feel very gritty. So I'm gonna, and again, these are the string, whatever strings they gave me. So I'm gonna be taking those off and replacing them. But when I do that, I'm gonna go through and redo this whole fretboard here, because it's very gritty as you do your bends. It's almost annoying to feel it. I can just feel that grit from, you know, these things all need to be smoothed out. So, checking out the pickups, they're not too bad. This is the neck pickup here. It's not too bad. And then we have the bridge pickup. And I'm just playing out of my little tiny PV, so not too bad, but you know, you can tell that they're kind of the just Chinese crappy pickups. They're definitely not P90s or classic 57s. But I'm sure that if I put some of those in there, it would sound a whole heck of a lot better. Let's see, the tuners, I can feel a little bit of grit when you're tuning them. They're definitely not Grovers. They're not too bad. I felt worse, but at least on this guitar, when I plugged it in, it actually worked when I plugged it in. So not too bad there. I'm going to check out the wiring underneath. The next video, we're going to open up this guitar and really examine the inside, and I'm sure that's where we're going to see all the flaws. But until then, enjoy.